Okay. Hello everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semuanya. God bless you all. Sore ini kita in Vancouver, but morning in Jakarta. We are going to do a seminar on the webinar on sustainability. So we should talk in English or in Indonesia?
In English.
In English?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So, let me introduce what's present in Vancouver. I have Pak Robi Handoko as the Chief of Director of the Indonesian Trade Promotion of Indonesia in Vancouver, and Ibu Iva as the Trade Attaché in Ottawa, and we also have Ibu Lisa Wayong as the host.
Yeah,
actually co-host. Okay. And Pak Saleh also here, and Ibu Putri as the Chief of Operations of I3C. Okay, so let's talk about the speakers today. We have here as a first speaker is Pak Irfan Helmi. Actually, he is my mentor. He took me into the coffee industry, and he is the first Q grader for Indonesia, the first batch. And now he decided to taking the hard part of introducing Indonesian cocoa, which is less known by the world. Although we are the biggest exporter of cocoa in the world, but we need people like Pak Irfan, who is good in also artisan. He's and very smart. He has a computer degree, I believe, computer science degree. So he's a smart guy. Okay, then let's without further ado, let's hear what Pak Irfan can enlighten us about the cocoa industry related to the sustainability. The floor is yours, Pak Irfan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm very humbled to be invited in here and very honored as well. And we are also very proud, to share some information about Indonesian cocoa. First of all, can you hear my voice clearly, or is it breaking up? Is it okay, Pak Daru? Okay. So without further ado, can I share the presentation here, or how should I continue, Pak Daru?
You can start, Pak Irfan. I see.
Okay, sure. Let me start. Okay, so this is a short story about sustainable cocoa of Indonesia, and also introducing our company called Pipipin Cocoa. So first of all, we all have to acknowledge that Indonesia was the third largest cocoa producer in the world, but I use the word was. Let's say since 4 to 5 years ago, we are the third, but now we are going down into the sixth. So I think it is not, let's not acknowledge this as a bad news, but I think there is a lot of room to improve. There is a lot of still productivity to be support, on the upstream level. So, but if we talk about who is the most diverse cacao origin in the world, well, the number one is Indonesia. We have the most number of single origin cocoa. for example, like the screen here, we travel, yeah, from PD Jaya Aceh. You have the intensity of the cashew nut taste, and we all the way to Glenmore, East Java, Tabanan, Bali. Tanaroro Flores is the name of the tribe, by the way. They come from yeah, the eastern part of Flores, yeah, Ende, that's the name of the territory, all the way to Ransiki, West Papua. And now we are having in a pipeline, we would like to launch the new, to reveal the new single origin called Kampung Merasa. It's a Merasa village. There's a name of a village in Berau, Kalimantan Timur, east of Kalimantan. So in January, we will launch the new origin. So remember that Indonesia is the most diverse single origin cacao in the world. So who is Pipiltin? This is just the highlight. We established in 2013. We produce only fine quality chocolate. We buy minimum 40% higher price compared to the unfermented bean market price. So why this is so important when we put it into the highlight, because more than 90%, 90%, yeah, Indonesia produce unfermented bean. The price is around 30 to 32,000 rupiah. So we introduced the new market. Let's call it an alternative market. Of course, it is still small compared to the 90% of the unfermented beans. But if we want to make a change, we start with ourselves. We start small, and we with a good will, and also a high professionalism, upstream to downstream, connected optimally, I think we can achieve so many things. And we buy direct trade to the cooperative. We have a bean to bar concept, yeah. So bean to bar concept means we produce the chocolates, bean to chocolate bar in under one roof, yeah, under Pipiltin Cocoa. We don't buy any ready couverture chocolate from other brands. And the last one, we have the mother store. We have e-commerce wholesale, more than 100 retailers. We export to Japan, Russia, Singapore, Malaysia, and now Switzerland. And
I think we have a broken connection with Pak Irfan, yeah. Your voice is cracking.
This is interesting. I think, okay. I'm just reconnecting. Is it now the connection is okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So apologize. Please apologize. So I will start the screen once more. Okay, I hope you can see the screen now. So this is a very surprising visit, yeah, from the King and Queen of Netherlands. They visit our factory back in February 2020, just before the close down, yeah, from the because of the pandemic. This is the ranges of our chocolate bars. If you can see that we pay a lot of attention to also the graphic design. How can the customer perceive the product differently from the existing mass-produced chocolates? We introduce single pack, closable, resealable packaging that is quite unfamiliar with the chocolate industry, but based on the experience on coffee, maybe Padaru, yeah, this simple packaging, you can reseal the packaging just like if you open the coffee bag and you can reseal it again. I think it's a good idea if we introduce also in chocolates. So we have 80 grams using those single pack resealable packaging, and also we have chocolate bars of 35 grams. And now this is the highest growth product in Pipiltin, especially in Indonesia, is the chocolate drink. So as you know that coffee industry increased really significantly, if not exponentially, and we ride on the wave. So we offer a solution for them, for the coffee market, to introduce, why not single origin chocolate, because they have single origin coffee. And I think the consumer really appreciate this if they can trace the origin back here to the source, and it is still Indonesia. So we gain a lot of captive market in Indonesia, especially. For example, like Kopi Kenangan is now one of the biggest client of Pipiltin. They sell chocolate, of course. Yeah, this is the second best selling their second best selling beverage after coffee, and they're using Pipiltin chocolates. Now, as requested by Bulisa and the Archipelago team, yeah, Pak Daru, we would like to touch a bit about taste. Yeah, how we can, is it different single origin from one single origin to other single origin? So Pipiltin cooperate with Osaka University to conduct a research. How can we prove scientifically if the flavor or the volatile, yeah, we call it the volatiles, the flavored volatiles, is different from one origin to the other origin of Indonesia. So this is a very important graphics. If you can see my cursor here, we go to Vietnam. There is 4 quadrant, yeah, the top left, the top right, the bottom left, and the bottom right. So if you see the scattered, it means that the taste is different. The volatile is really different. For example, if we go to Vietnam, there is a group, yeah, the area covered in Vietnam chocolates, different single origin in Vietnam around this area, still in the top quadrant, left and right. If we go to the yellow, who is the yellow? Haiti. Haiti, still on the top quadrant, red to left and right. Madagascar is really the taste is quite similar, yeah, compared to single origin. But what happened if we go to Indonesia, the red one, yeah, please have a look. We have this in the top left quadrant, top right quadrant, bottom right and bottom left. It means that different origins deliver different set of volatiles. So it is very justified that if we say that Indonesia is one of the diverse, and the diversity is not just from the origin and also can be proven out of the taste. So we have a lot of justification to say the Indonesian diversity in chocolates. So back into chocolate industry, we have 2 main chocolate segment, the couverture and the compound chocolate. While the couverture uses only real chocolate, while the compound, they extract the cocoa butter and they usually sell the cocoa butter into cosmetic industry, for lipstick, for moisturizing cream, yeah. We and Pipiltin only produce couverture, so we don't separate between the cocoa butter and the cocoa solids. Well, you can see that the difference is really significant in terms of quality. The melting points is easily melt in the body temperature, so you get the layers of couverture. Couverture in French means layers, yeah, like blankets, yeah, couverture. The definition of the word couverture comes from the French word. So the taste is much more complex. Why? Because the cocoa butter is the vehicle of the volatile. So if you get rid of the vehicle, it means that you're also taking a big chunk part of the volatile. So it is really important for us to stick on the couverture manufacturing. So chocolate tasting, what do we do usually? So unfortunately, we still here in the online class, but more than happy if there's an opportunity to go there to Canada and conduct a chocolate tasting. Yeah, Bu Lisa, Pak Robi, Pak Daru, yeah, Bu Putri, yeah, and all the team there from ITPC. More than happy to conduct Indonesian chocolate tasting. So what do we do? There's a simple 4 steps. The texture is really crucial. So you have to snap and listen to the crack sound, to the snap sound. If you don't hear the snap sound, it means that the texture is not really that optimum. So the second one is a smell and taste. As you know that 70% of the perceive of flavors comes from the smell. Taste is only 20 to 30%, as we also learn in coffee Q grader class, yeah, Padaru. So the third one, you choose the flavor and you do this with help of a flavor wheel. It is very similar what the coffee people do for their coffee tasting or coffee cupping protocols. We have also the chocolate flavor wheel. So if you can see that there is a floral and spice, there is also a level of intensity, the nuts, the fruits, and etc. But if you go to the floral, if for example, which floral? So this is the details. Yeah, is it jasmine floral? Is it rose, lavender, myrrh, honey, or orange blossom, and so on? And we go down to the spice, nuts, fruit, vegetable, and to the convection. So after we taste this and we put our notes, yeah, what kind of flavor do you taste on each of the chocolate? We internally Pipiltin, we develop this flavor maps of our chocolates. So for example, Aceh is more into spicy or nutty with higher bitterness. Of course, it is 84%, so it means higher bitterness. And if you want to go to a sweet and fruity type of chocolate, you can see you can choose Bali 60% or East Java. If you're gonna go to sweeter but spicy and nutty, you don't like to be that bitter and you don't like to have a fruity kind of chocolate, you go with Flores. So we would like to introduce this kind of simplified way for the end consumer to recognize which chocolate it's more appropriate, yeah, to their taste, yeah. So hopefully with more and more people understand about the different tastes of chocolates, the layers of flavors, and so on and so forth, we believe that we will achieve bigger market penetration to fine cacao or fine chocolate, the coverage of chocolate. So again, this is the where we export the chocolates. Yeah, it's already mentioned in the Pipiltin highlight slides, and this is our brands that we support. It's quite diverse from luxury hotel, 5-star hotel like Grand Hyatt, Mandarin Oriental, Raffles, Kempinski, and Como Resort in Bali and other brands. Yeah, mostly 5 stars and luxury hotels. And as I mentioned before, we gain a lot of traction for the coffee market. Yeah, we have Anomaly Coffee, Kopi Kenangan, Tuku, and so on and so forth. Even Shell, yeah, Shell, they have daily to go and they would like to introduce real Indonesian chocolates. So we also penetrate to the market. Also, Philosophy Kopi, one of the newest clientele, and we also presence in farmers market, food hall, Grand Lucky, and usually we are in specialty supermarket. So we have not yet go to the convenience store or more into general modern market because we believe that our customer more into specialty supermarkets. So last but not least, yeah, as I mentioned before, that Indonesia is the most diverse chocolate, and we have the term of as a country in Indonesia, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. In difference, we are united. Yeah. So we introduced this motto of beda-beda itu enak, or tasty differences, or how do you call it in English? Yeah, please help. Beda-beda itu enak. Beda-beda, it means difference, and enak is delicious. So we believe that chocolates, if you want to enjoy in the morning, maybe you want to taste a bitter chocolate. If we want to laid back a session during the afternoon, you would like to milder chocolate. So we believe in differences, and it's really relevant to our value as an Indonesian people, as a country. So beda-beda itu enak is the main motto that we present to the consumer, also to ourselves. So thank you very much for the opportunity. So I'll give the screen back to you, Pak Daru. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Irfan. Everybody is admiring you. I mean, even so, we know that chocolate is much more difficult than coffee. So it's the other way around. Why we most people drink coffee because they have to work. But for chocolate, we want to be relaxed. So you came to the position that you can be relaxed by doing chocolate. And for us, the coffee guy, for me, the coffee guy, I still have to work hard. Kudos to you. And
Thank you
also
very much.
for the sustainability of the chocolate, I've been working with the affiliated of what you call Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation back in 2012, and I see that the most of the cocoa farmers is live below poverty, and one of the traits of sustainability is how to make them also they can also enjoy the value, not the price, the value of the chocolate. So can you elaborate more on the sustainability? What have you done that can be also be followed by Pak Hidayat, whoever that doing the so traceability, sorry, sustainability is not just a jargon for you. I know it, so you have to share with us. So
yeah, for sure.
And then
Okay, so in sustainability, yeah, please, Pak Daru, you still
no.
please go on.
Your turn.
Okay, so for example, if we go to Ransiki, West Papua, we know that there is a forest, intact forest called Arfak Mountains. Yeah, you can search on the Google on just Google Arfak, ARFAK, Arfak Mountain. So in the barrier of the Arfak Mountain, if you see on the map, there is an area called Ransiki. Yeah, and inside the Arfak Mountain, you have a lot of species of the bird of paradise. So we engage with one of the foundation, IDH Foundation in Indonesia. We want to offer some alternative, how we can gain economical value to the community without them focusing on ruining. Maybe if there's no option, maybe they would cut down the trees and build into some estate plantation of whatever it means. Yeah, just cut down the trees and they'll gain an economic value. But we believe that by doing a high value of chocolates, real fine chocolates, we can work with the community so that they would focus on the cocoa plantation at the barrier of the Arfak Mountains. Yeah, it is a place called Ransiki. So in those kind of approach, we believe that we can make a difference altogether, not just Pipiltin. And don't get me wrong, the real hero is not Pipiltin. The real hero is the consumer who meticulously choose what kind of product do they want to consume. We just offer an alternative. Yeah, so we believe that the key of success is the understanding on the public. Yeah, for the public, if they can understand upstream and downstream about sustainability and all, I think we can be it move toward more fast toward sustainability. So that's what we do. We use chocolate as a tool, yeah, to support for sustainable products, not just chocolate, any product. But we for people thing, we use chocolate to as a tool to make the people, and maybe it is absolutely still in niche market, yeah, because our chocolate is a fine cocoa, and Indonesia is still 90%, as I said, yeah, is unfermented cocoa, is non specialty cocoa, if you can say, from coming from coffee people. But I believe we gain more fun, yeah, fun stuff and delicious chocolates. I think they would understand about more into sustainability, and that's exactly what we're gonna do for the new origin called Kampung Merasa. There is an island, small island in Kampung Merasa called Pulau Bawan, the island of Bawan. It's very beautiful. It's like before you release the orangutan out of into the forest, yeah, they put the orangutan into Bawan Island just to practice, yeah, just to practice living in as a real orangutan, yeah. So if we develop a higher economic of value for the area of Merasa village, yeah, that is just in front of the Bawan Island, I think we can work together with our consumer, with our upstream community, to we have start to change things a little bit toward into sustainability, Padaru. Thank you very much for the question, by the way.
Okay, thank you. So the jargon sustainability means that you have to sustain. I mean, you have to keep producing. You have to keep buying. So what's your promise to the farmers or the community that some, because we know that some people give promises they cannot keep. So what's the sustainability for you from your side?
Yeah, I see. We introduce a consequence, Padaru, consequence in a positive way. Yeah, for higher quality, we pay more value to them, higher price. Yeah, and we all in that way, the consequence they would understand. So they would ask, what is high quality? How can I achieve a consistency in high quality chocolate? So that's where the position of People Tin, we work with local LSM, yeah, how do you call it, non-profit organization, yeah, in the local area. For example, like Kilimanjaro, I think you know the also the non-profit, yeah, called Kilimanjaro, work in Jembrana, Bali, and now we work with Merasa Village also with Kilimanjaro. So in that way, it is a marathon, Padaru. It is a real marathon. Yeah, it's not just flip your hand and then we go into sustainability and we keep our promise. Well, a promise to keep is also a marathon, right? For example, a parent to a child. So if parents keeps their promise for just for an hour, I mean, not for their whole life, I think the child would not trust the parent. Yeah, so it is a lifetime marathon. Yeah, to keep this promise, and it is not there is no finish line, Padaru. For the way that I think, yeah. Okay, this is the finish line of People Tin. This is the sustainable part that we keep our promise, and then we claim that People Tin is sustainable. I think there's no finish line. We can do better and better for the next day. So I think we keep our ears open. We observe more than just do the talk, yeah. And more into do the walk and alongside with the farmers, the upstream and downstream. I think as a final statement for your question, Padaru, people are getting, maybe including me, yeah, that upstream and downstream is connected. we keep forgetting. Yeah, okay, we having fun of selling chocolates, selling coffee, selling whatever it is. Yeah, without putting our effort. How can they in the upstream produce higher value, yeah, for our commodity? I think without investing on the green side, yeah, a lot of people now call it a green investment. I don't think it's achievable. I think we're going to ruin our own business. If we keep our promise, we are future proofing our business, Padaru. So it is a business call. Sustainability, it is a business call. It is not a jargon, it is not a gimmick. It is a business call how to be sustainable in business on the downstream.
Oh, that's very good, Pak Irfan. So the bottom line here is you have to be strong to help others. To sustain, you have to be sustained first, then make the others sustain. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I really
exactly,
admire
Pak.
for that. Okay. So this is my, I think is the main reason why you do it. You becoming a pioneer in we call it artisan chocolate chocolatier. Yeah, but you don't only buy the goods from ready-made goods or process, but you do all the way to the beans, yeah, from beans okay. Then maybe the any questions from the floor, because we move to other end. Please, by all means, Pak Irfan, what you think the other speaker after you needs something that you think that should be done for the sustainability of everything, sustainability in chocolate, in tea, in coffee, or anything. Please do give us because you do it. You have done the coffee, you have done the chocolate, and we look you as a beacon, this is Indonesia at its best, not only for commodities but producing something that can make us proud as Indonesian. So I think that is the true meaning of sustainability, is you make people do what you do and be profitable by doing what you do, and you don't see it as a competitor, but as a collaborative person. So any last words from you, Pak, before I give the floor to other
The next one.
interesting people that doing what you do. Thank you, Pak.
Any question?
Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe as a closing statement, that Indonesia, well, it is not just emotional motivation, Padaru. It is scientifically proven, Padaru. After working with Osaka University, with Ibu Sastia Putri as the main researcher there. It is an Indonesian lady that we live in different islands. We have different soil nutritions, so the diversity is really the core of our strength. Yeah, so it's no longer that we need to be like the highest volume in producing coffee, yeah, the highest volume in producing chocolates, yeah, whatever. But if we stay the vision as the most diverse country, I think it's Indonesia gonna be quote unquote unbeatable if we claim that Indonesia is really diverse. We have a lot of products, and the single products also taste different in different origins. And this is number one, yeah. And number two, the collaboration that exactly that you mentioned, Pak Daru. We have collaborated the success in Aceh, for example, not only for chocolate but also for coffee, and we learn from them and put the learnings into the eastern part of Indonesia for coffee in Flores and chocolates in Ransiki in West Papua. So this collaboration, because we are different and we learn each other, there's a strength there and the weakness here and the strength there, we can mix as a strong collaboration. So to embrace, that's the diversity, and second one is the collaboration that it is a snowball effect, Pak Daru. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much, Pak Irfan. So stay tuned because I give the opportunity for the all the participants to type all your questions into the chat room. Any questions for while waiting for the questions, we can get back to you after this interesting speaker after you, Pak. So stay tuned.
Sure,
I believe we have a lot of questions for you, but because we have to define the time, so please stay tuned and be back with the question for you. Okay, so the
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Ivan. Give applause, Pak Ivan. We are all excited here. The second speaker is Pak Steve Hidayat. I heard a lot of him lately because he's doing a lot in West Java. It's not so far away from Jakarta, and what he is doing is interesting, but I don't want to give spoiler. So let him explain what he's done, and we can ask any questions. Oh, by the way, any question, please chat, type your question in the chat room, and we'll compile it and address the question to the speakers afterwards. Thank you. Pak Steve Hidayat, the floor is yours. Halo Pak Steve. Pak Steve Hidayat.
Udah ada, aku udah lihat.
Ada.
Nah, itu dia.
Pak masih di mute kayaknya, Pak? Enggak ya? Oke, Pak. The screen is yours. Udah nggak di mute kan? Cek kabelnya, Pak. Mungkin nggak sambungannya nggak benar.
Okay, how about now?
Yes, good. Loud and clear.
Okay, better. Okay, good. Let me check. Yeah, we have our team member here still with us here, and now we have Ega, Kak Dwi, dan Kak Ari. Let me check who else here. Actually, we are 7 of us in our group right now, and today we would like to share our collaboration efforts to keep Indonesian coffee flourishing for the next generation. Our group started the movement to revive it by holding on the 3 precepts: equitable, or we can call it fairness, sustainability, and local wisdom. Let me share some presentation. Can I share my presentation slide?
We have they have a system.
Bagaimana?
Okay, President.
Go ahead, Pak.
Yeah.
Pak Steve. Pak Steve, go ahead.
Ini dulu ya, pas nanti.
Halo Pak Steve, kayaknya kamu mute lagi Pak, atau kabelnya copot?
Kemute itu kelihatan.
Mute lagi sekarang.
Ini nggak bisa.
Pasti bingung kayaknya nih,
Okay.
masih ketawa-tawa aja Pak Steve-nya.
Sign language. Design.
Karena kan Pak Darul udah
Pasif, you're on. Okay, Pasif. I heard you.
sini mouse-nya.
Oh iya, saya bilang. Okay, for you while waiting for Pak Steve, Manglayang is the area that the coffee is so good. One variant, yeah, like Pak Irfan said, distinctive flavor is strawberry around there. The terroir is good for also coffee.
Without microphone or with earpiece. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Without the earpiece is better. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay. So our group, sorry, Pak Darul. Let me continue my presentation here. Our group consists of 7 people. And we have Kamona, Kari, Kafeni, Kaega, myself, Kaji, and Kadwi. And as you know, it's the end of the year. So some of us are still, that working in the government area, busy right now, focusing on preparing for the next budget year. So excuse us, some of us cannot present today. But we still have Kaega, Kadwi, and Kari. And hopefully soon Kafeni will join us. And what's interesting with this, our group right now, let me share it with you. As you know, we all know about Indonesian coffee. Like Indonesia has coffee. Just like Kak Ivan bilang, Bang Ivan bilang, we have a lot of coffee, good coffee, and good chocolate. And Indonesia is the biggest coffee producer in the world, as we all know. Just bear with me, I'm going to start to this presentation. According to the U.S. Agriculture Department, U.S. is the 4th coffee producer in the world. And according to the ICO report, I used the old report of the July 2021, Indonesia at the 7th position for the coffee exporter, right? And it's after India, actually. So why? We wonder why is Indonesia is the 4th coffee producer in the world, but only the 7th sitting in the 7th position as a coffee exporter in the world. But as you know, before in 17th and 18th century, Indonesia was the 2nd largest coffee producer and exporter in the world. But I don't also know about it. But why it sounds like Indonesia coffee keeps on sliding down in the rank? These are the questions that we want to find out together, the answer. And how about what's going on? Let's look at what's going on in Indonesia. In Indonesia, is coffee Indonesia coffee already sustainable, fair, and reflecting local wisdom? Indonesia coffee has very complex and long supply chain system, as you know. If you ask the stakeholders, most of them, especially the farmer and green bean processor, they will report that their margin is not equitable. Not many can appreciate their hard work and efforts. The management and the governance of Indonesia coffee still leave too much impact on the balance of the nature and ecosystem. Okay, now we know that Indonesia coffee productivity is quite low compared to the other countries. To address that, there's many symptomatic quick solution already coming out, including opening more farming lands, use pesticide, use fertilizer. But by doing those things, more opening farmlands, do you think there's no impact on that things? We see a lot of impact, big impact actually, by opening more farmlands. It moves and touch the balance of the ecosystem in the nature. But what about the pesticide and fertilizer? If you use too much pesticide and fertilizer, I think that's part of the main contribution to pollute the water resources, about the local wisdom. We see that in general, the local wisdom has not been reflected at the current system right now. For example, it's studied by the coffee varieties. A clear study that we did, the spread of the varieties of coffee varieties only on certain varieties, and it seems it's ignoring the history and what's suitable for the new area or the coffee farm area. And most of the current certification and demand of the coffee, they don't reflect the local wisdom in Indonesia. For example, the regulation on planting system and irrigation, I think not all applicable to Indonesian condition. Moreover, about the minimum age that allow to step in the coffee farm. I think some certification asking for a certain age adult only that can step in the coffee farm. But this practice is not common in Indonesia. The common practice is to allow kids a little bit in early young age actually to learn about the agriculture, the business, to help their parents. I think that's what we need to see that we can do in Indonesia. That's what we accept in Indonesia. Most of the coffee packaging are still not based on the sustainability or based on the nature. It's based on the economic value actually. We still see the plastic packaging at early stage in the products chain. Is that even in this doing the seedling, we still use plastic bags. Farming, we use plastic bags. Serving the packaging the coffee beans, roasted beans using the plastic aluminum bag. And serving the coffee beverage also using a lot of plastic bag, So that's what we see here. All these issues that was trigger us to look further, and we choose Manglayang as our case area to start with. As you know, Manglayang is located in the West Java, Indonesia, and it has a very deep history of Indonesia coffee. Indonesia coffee is actually started from West Java. It started from the Batavia, West Java. So it's from 17th century. West Java supplied the coffee demands for the whole world already. We always heard that the term of cup of Java to represent a cup of coffee. So it's Java has been known well for us, the coffee producers, since a long time ago. Yes, but why the name of Java seems fading out? It's a common secret that there is still a lot of West Java coffee that's smuggled to Sumatra, for example, and to be mixed into Sumatran product. That's a very public secret actually. With this rich history and natural resources in Java, why we still keep on hearing that most of the stakeholders in Java are still lacking in terms of, especially in terms of economy. And why, as the fourth largest coffee producer in the world, the stakeholders are still lacking? It's also that we want to address. With this call, we are committed to build a better future for Indonesian coffee. This is what we started our group. Our group was formed up in the August 2nd, 2021. It's still a baby. It's only 4 months old. But due to the COVID-19, our group didn't do a lot actually. We try our best with this limited condition. But we still cannot do the site visit, offline meeting, and so on. What we only can do with the online right now. So hopefully, with the pandemic getting better, our group can do more offline activity, talk eye to eye with the stakeholder, and do the real world cafe and so on. But our group already set a common goals, like all stakeholder Indonesia Indonesia governance system operate based on the three precepts: sustainability, fairness, and local wisdom. All stakeholders are working open to each other and work together. For the quick result, we also set goal like open discussion with all stakeholders to work together to find fundamental solution for Indonesia coffee, increase the capacity of Manglayang farmers, and grow Manglayang as the model for good Indonesia coffee governance. I would like to share my presentation also with my team member. We have Kak Dwi and Kak Ega here. Kak Ari, maybe perhaps they can join us. Kak Feni also already here. Kak Dwi, Ari, apakah Penny, maybe perhaps Ega bisa help me. Can you help me, guys, to continue the
Yeah.
presentation?
Well, I just add, thanks, Steve. I will just add, some information on the sensing. So yeah, in August, we did a sensing observation, like a discussion with the SIF of Manglayang Farmers Group and the youth farmers as well. And yeah, we discuss and they share on the history and the current practice of coffee management in Manglayang. And then from the discussion, we know that they face some issues in Manglayang, such as the use of the I think Kastif has mentioned before on the use of the seeds, and then also on the land conservation and land management issue as well. Like, with coffee, it tends to be the practice is monoculture, right? So the communities, they're starting to realize the importance of the agroforestry to increase biodiversity and to have a better land management. So yeah, and then we know that the sensing and the observation through online is limited. So yeah, we're planning to have a sensing and to do a field visit later in the next year. Yeah, hopefully, if the case of if the COVID case is decreasing. So yeah, we're planning to go there in January. So yeah, that's the plan. And also, we're thinking to since we believe that the to address this issue is a it involves all stakeholders, not only the communities, but also government and perhaps NGOs working in the areas. And then we have forestry units or KPH as well in the area. So we're thinking we might have to do a discussion as well with them to kind of like understand what's the issue and how we could help to support a better solution or a better management of coffee management, especially in Manglayang. So I think that's all from me, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you, Ega. Yeah, and also we have Kamona also and Kafeni. Perhaps you can help me to add more in the presentation.
Experience.
Yeah, Kamona, please. Kamona is actually is a lecturer in University of Siak, Banda Aceh. So she is very well knowledge with the agriculture in Indonesia. So we also lucky to have her here in our group. Perhaps Kamona can share some with us.
Okay, sorry I'm late. Good morning, everyone. I would like to maybe introduce myself. My name is Mona Lisa. So I'm a lecturer from Agribusiness Department in Siak Kuala University, Aceh Province. Here we are in the group of Warkop Indonesia. And maybe for the next, Arabica Gayo also joined with the Warkop Indonesia prototype. We still learn so many about how can we reduce the problem and reduce the buffer, the problem in the farmer level. And we want to increase the level of the financial for the farmer for the next, especially in Manglayang, Jawa Barat province. Yeah, we want to introduce some kind of Arabica coffee in term with conservation. So maybe just for my presentation, just a lot of thing and a lot of story with our coffee, and then also with our farmers. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Kamona. Okay, perhaps Kadwi or Kafeni can share some with us, or you can explain about our framework here, the iceberg. Or Kamana can help with the iceberg here, or Ega.
Okay, I will try to explain the iceberg here. And the current condition of course with the events right now, and almost in Indonesia happens with the problem in coffee. Coffee natural resources governance is less equitable, sustainable, and local wisdom, such as buyers just want to purchase coffee with low price, and expansion of coffee plantation can threaten the sustainable of forest area. Intensification in coffee cultivation is still very lacking in Indonesia. There is no support for the use of local varieties. Coffee farmers and traders have not been able to meet market needs in sustainable manner. Then there has been a change in the practice of processing coffee beans in the farmer level. We also look at the pattern of behavior. The first is stakeholders pay attention to biological life around natural resources only if there is a special event or request farmer. And then the second, farmer considered the amount of production to increase only by expanding the garden area. Every year, the area of coffee plantation is increasing, but the number of Indonesians coffee production doesn't increase accordingly. In fact, Indonesia coffee export are declining. Then the third stakeholder don't pay much attention to Mother Earth, and voiceless stakeholders. Future generations are charged with solving many problems related to Mother Earth, such as global warming and erosion. Then coffee products don't reflect the value of local wisdom, both from cultivation stage and processing practice. For example, farmers choose the local seeds, namely Typica varietals. However, the current are supplying Sigarutang varietas. Then how about the system structure? Farmers only move upon buyers' request. Second, processors or roasters make production as cheap as possible, often forgetting the environment impact. End user don't understand that their demand is very influential on their wise management of natural resources. Then the third, packaging manufacturers are still difficult to get raw materials that are environmentally friendly and local wisdom. Farmers choose to use plastic sacks in their use because they are cheaper, lighter, and have a lot of availability compared to judge batch. The government supplies seeds that are not local or endemic varieties. We also look at the mental models in this iceberg. And the first, each element doesn't want to work together and is open to each other. Only pay attention to near or very near term gains. Personal thinking for owning abundant natural resources. Then the demanding waste management is someone else's business. Treating education and new product development as someone else's business. Lack of knowledge about the current and important condition of vulnerable natural resources. Then the lack of cooperations, open heart and mind. Then finally, the government doesn't have a clear enough policy for equitable, sustainable, and local wisdom, especially on natural resource management. I think that's all for our iceberg model. Maybe Kak Ega, may you continue the presentation, please?
Thank you, Kamona. That's okay. We only have 2 more minutes according to the moderator. But yeah, thank you, Ramona. This is our we can continue this. So this is our framework. We see the current condition right now, and the next one we're going to make the future condition. This is what we have. I think we cannot explain in more detail too much on this thing first, but this is what I'm trying to say here. What we trying to achieve is the mental model in the future condition of the initial Cofee. So what we want is all stakeholders to open to each other and work together. And this is the long term and the future that we want to achieve. So we hope that everyone can work together, and we want everyone to have the personal thinking about the nature that are natural resources are limited in number and belong to future generation. And we have actually the good precept in Indonesia already, especially from Bali. We call it Trihita Karana. We try also to spread that spirit's precept to the others, like harmony with God, harmony with among human, harmony with nature. This is what we have right now for the presentation. Thank you, Pak Daru, Pak Hobi, Bu Lisa. Perhaps.
Thank you, Pak Steve. Okay.
Yeah, later we can play some video if you want, about the Mang Layang here. Some video from before.
Okay, sure. So we will play the video after the whole presentation.
Yeah.
Pak Steve. But first of all, my appreciate for you is you are able to attract youngsters, millennials. I see fresh faces, not the old people like me. I'm not saying but Pak Irfan is much younger than me.
With me, but I'm still old.
This is the thing that Indonesia needs. The youngsters that have very broad mind and know the problems that are facing the Indonesian agro industry, not only coffee but agro industry. What I want to know from you, Pak Steve, is like Pak Irfan is so-called addressing sustainability by giving higher price for those who are willing to give good products. So what's your plan to because I see you have a very high order of like bekal pemimpin. So it's something that I want to get insight from you how you are going to attract people. Kalau Pak Irfan, he knows that okay, I give you you give me better good products, I give you better price. So what's your plan, sir?
Yeah, well, I cannot answer this for a group, but what I for my own thinking, I believe I can share with you. What I'm seeing here, what we do is to work for the future. I'm a dad right now. I have kids. I have a family, and I'm seeing this happening right now. It's not last for long. It's only last for a certain time. So it's not sustainable. And I'm saying why we waste all these resources only for certain generation, only for the current generation. That's what I'm trying to I got moved, touched by this thing. This is what I got from the Bekal Pemimpin class that we all joined in and went through it. This class worked us up to see the future for the next generations. This is what we trying to move. We're not trying to entice the other people just by okay, I will pay you with money so you can join us. No, this is what we are not trying to do. We don't have the resources for those things, with money thing. But what we can share is the spirit for the future for our next generation. We try to see, to ask everybody to see what's happening right now, what's going on right now. If they can think, if everyone can see what's going on right now, I believe they all can understand that we need to do something about it right now. Otherwise, it's not, cannot be stopped anymore, cannot be reversible anymore. There's a certain point, like a tipping point in this thing that we cannot reverse it back anymore. So we have to act right now. That's what we're trying to share as we want to see this thing. This and we see that three things, three precepts. There's a start, like this sustainability, equitable, and the local wisdom. This thing is very suitable for what we have in Indonesia right now. Some other countries maybe only looking for sustainability and the fairness and the equitable, but the local wisdom is another thing that we need to see, because Indonesia has so much culture and things, resources. Why we waste it? Why we only make only one? That's why we have a single origins in the coffee, single origin in chocolate. We want to value those characteristics, special characteristics. That's why the local wisdom is something that we need to bring up also in this thing. Indonesia has so much culture, languages, and races, so many things. Why we, back generalization on those things. The local wisdom is helping. That's what I can share with you. Maybe Kak Mona, Kak Ega can add more. Kak Fanny.
Okay. Maybe I would like to explain why I want to choose to join with you, Mr. Steve, in Warkop Indonesia prototype. Because as a lecturer in agribusiness department or agribusiness study program, and also we have in Indonesia rich in various type of coffee varieties. For example, in my area in Aceh, we have Gayo Coffee Arabica, but now the situation we face with the climate change, and then maybe we should thinking about the conservation in coffee, especially also in Arabica varieties. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Steve, Mona Lisa. I'm very, very happy to see youngsters on this in this so-called sustainability. Yeah. But we have here one of the participants is my friend, Ibu Vita Sumarno. He was a lecturer also in Lemhanas, Lembaga Lemhanas. So he's a lecturer there. So maybe you can talk to her on how to change the mentality of the farmers, and also it's a good input for her that what you call this is the issues that been hovering around how to sustain the agro industry, not only coffee and chocolate. But like I said, I'm not saying about the having a lot of money and change the habits of the people or something. I see Pak Irfan before showing the way that by doing we call it extra mile. By walking the extra mile, you will get rewarded by the value, not the price. The price is the what you call the byproducts of the effort to give better products. So for you, I think you are going 1,000 miles, not the extra miles, by giving us the lot of problems that we are facing, like Mona Lisa list in this her presentation. But what's your low-hanging fruits, Pak? Like Pak Irfan said, okay, in such year we have to export more or something. So what's your KPI for this sustainability of the Warkop Indonesia?
Yeah, Pak Daru, can you explain what's KPI? I'm sorry.
So what's your plan? I mean, what's your goals in the near future for Warkop Indonesia? How many farmers that you want to attract, or how many production of coffee that you want to, and what's because I think what we need more is like Pak Irfan said, examples that those who joins you is creating change. So what do you think, Pak?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Pak Daru. We set a common goals already. We have a long-term goals that we want to make sure that this Indonesia coffee will sustain for the long term and govern with this three precepts. But for the quick result in Manglayang, that our first case area right now, we want to make sure that we increase the capacity of the Manglayang farmer, so they can have more income by doing those things, by doing the management on the good governance in agriculture. But also, maybe right now they think that we are opening new farms, new lands will help to increase productivity, but maybe that's not the solution. We're trying to see, to let them see that maybe that's not the right solution. Maybe what we need to do is to increase the productivity in their current coffee farm by doing the good farming, good agriculture, good processing, system. That's what we're trying to see. By doing this, they will earn higher income, of course, but they will earn more in the value added. That's what we're trying to see. Not only in the productivity, but the value added of the things. That they can have more on the thing. And perhaps they can do the multicultural, right? Not only doing the coffee plantation only, but they can plant other tree plants in between the coffee plants. For example, maybe you can plant banana or porang or what other plants that they can earn more by doing those things. That's the benefit by joining us. And by joining us, we have more people to think, to give more solution for what we can do in the future for the coffee industry in Indonesia. There's and also the young generation, they can have a starting point where to start to study about agriculture or about Indonesian coffee. That's why they can see that, okay, this is Indonesian coffee, and what's actually the good way to doing the coffee agriculture in Indonesia. So we're trying to make a room or space, a safety space for them, so we can start together, thinking together and doing something together for the coffee industry in Indonesia. I think Ramona can continue.
Okay, thank you, Kastip. So, maybe what we focus on here is how to involve all of the stakeholders, and also we pay attention to the current supply chain situation, how much income is obtained by farmer, and we also want the income for overseas sales to be enjoyed by farmers. And the situation is now, right now our farmers also still need a lot of training and knowledge on how to sustain this coffee cultivation without destroying the forest. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mona, Pak Steve. Very good presentation on, and it shows the quality of a lecturer of Mona Lisa. And, okay, there is a question from to everyone. Yeah, you have to take it over because after this we are going to, and this will be answered by Pak Irfan and Pak Steve and the team, and also Pak the one who's representing Walini.
Yeah.
The question will be, will coffee shortage in Brazil benefit Indonesia coffee exporter to Canada? From Andoko. So it will be more to Pak Steve, but also Pak Irfan, because Pak Irfan already big and also in coffee. Okay. Then I have a question for three of you as for the start. So without waiting for so long, let's hear what Walini. This Walini, what I remember about Walini is they have a very beautiful plantation, a very good product. And now some of the land is using for speed train from Jakarta to Bandung. So okay, so
yeah,
also
area.
Then
The area.
the area some of the also
Speed train.
Yeah. So I don't know the TBA, to be honest.
Yeah. What is the
Who's talking from Bali?
Oh, Hafiz Fikri
Okay.
Asyari.
So I introduce Pak Hafiz Fikri Asyari as a speaker for Walini. The screen is yours, Mas Hafiz.
Thank you for the opportunity, Pak. It's such a great pleasure for me to present about Walini here. For the first time, greetings from Bandung, Pak Robi and team. And greetings from Bandung, Bu Liza and team. And also I would like to greet our commissioner, Pak Adrian. Greetings from Bandung, Pak Adrian. And also Pak Muhammad Irwan Maulana as our general manager. And we are here, me, sitting together with our Walini team in Bandung. And I would like to share my screen. Can you see my screen clearly?
Yes, yes. Okay. So, Pak Irfan, help me. I know that you're a busy person. Thank you very much for your time, and hope you best of luck. And see you in the next webinar. And we'll definitely want to hear more from you.
20 minutes more.
So if you don't have that, so okay. Thank you,
Surely,
Pak.
Pa. Surely, Pa. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'll still stay here for another 20 minutes, Pa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Irfan.
Yep. Pak Hafiz, monggo.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the screen, Pak. I would like to share about Walini as a Indonesia's finest tea, because why we present Walini as a Indonesian finest tea, because we have a very long journey about tea in Indonesia, especially in West Java. It started at 16th centuries when Andreas Kleyer, a former manager of VOC's military hospital, planted tea seeds from Japan around his house as an ornamental plant in Jakarta. And then after 200 years, Mr. P.F. von Siebold shipped Camellia sinensis var. Sinensis seeds from Japan to be planted in Bogor, because he has a mandate from VOC's government to make a plantation here in West Java, because at that time we know that England already planned a big scale of plantation in Ceylon, Sri Lanka. So the Dutch government in Indonesia don't want to lose that opportunity. So they built a plantation here in Indonesia by von Siebold. Excuse me. Can you see the presentation in full screen or in a presentation mode, Pak?
Full screen. Full screen.
Like this?
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. And then let me continue the story. And then 3 years later, the government make
Netherlands itu.
Netherlands, yeah. And 3 years later, the Netherlands government make a quick move by make a mandate to GILL Jacobson to improve the tea cultivation on a large scale throughout West Java. So in this period of time, GILL Jacobson have 3 big plantation in Purwakarta, Garut, and Banyuwangi. So Indonesia have a big amount of tea with a highest quality tea. So in 1835, the first tea had to be exported to European market, to Amsterdam, Netherlands. And then we move to another period of history of tea in Indonesia. We call this period as a private plantation period, because in 1884 there a big step of establishment of Parakan Salak in Bogor and Sukabumi plantation as a private commercial tea plantation in Indonesia. And 3 years later, the third generation of the owner of Parakan Salak tea plantation, Rudolf Edward Kerkhoven, planted varian Asamica at Gampung plantation in Bandung. Until now, we can go in Bandung and see what Edward Kerkhoven did there. And then at 1896, Karel Adolf Rudolf Boscha managed a Malabar tea plantation in Bandung and export the products. And when you come to West Java, especially to Bandung, we can go there together to visit what Boscia did a long year ago. And after that, at 19th and 19th centuries, this is the growth of the export in Indonesia. From a long time ago, we have a bond with Canada and America. So with this introduction from me and from Waliniti, we hope that we can make this bond. We can announce this. We can introduce this bond again to Canada and American market. And from 1945 until present, all of those plantations in Indonesia that owned by private company are nationalized by government of Indonesia. And until now, it managed under PT Perkebunan Nusantara 8. With a long journey of tea culture in Indonesia, especially in West Java and or land of Sunda, we don't have any centralized ritual of drinking tea like China or Japan did. But because we have a rich culture, because we have a long history of tea, we as a Sundanese usually consume tea with ngariung tradition, or we call this like gathering together to discuss everything. We can ngariung in warung kopi, we can ngariung at factory or so on. So there's no centralized tea ritual like that. So we have a decentralized tea ritual, like something like that. And this is us, PT Perkebunan Nusantara 8. We manage 19 tea plantations, approximately 19,000 hectares of productive lands, and operates 22 tea factories. And we have a downstream tea industry by ourselves. So not only pay attention to the history, we also pay attention to the quality of the products. So this is our this is our tea products, Orthodox tea, CTC tea, and white tea. So we pay more attention to our products from Orthodox, CTC, and white tea. We pay attention to appearance, infusion water, and appearance of infused leaf. From the appearance, infusion water, and appearance of infused leaf, we did a 3 times of testing event for each period to produce Orthodox and CTC and white tea. So we're not only test one time, first time, second time, but we did the 3 times testing to ensure the quality of our products is a great quality that we can deserve to the market. And then this is our tea grades and certification. We are not only focused with our products. In other hands, we also focus with our environment. We already have a certificate of Rainforest Alliance. We have ethical tea partnership certificates and ISO certificates. Rainforest Alliance certificate. We are here as a company. We have a responsibility to our environmental, to our sustainability and sustainability of our environment and sustainability of our workers. We will make sure that our workers paid well, not paid under the standard of the government did. And this is our product. This is our premium product. After a long journey, from the plucking until the processing unit, we have this product as our premium product called Walini Loose Leaf Tea, which is packaged in a pouch of packaged inside the pouch, and we have a 3 variant of this product: white tea, silver needle, green tea, and black tea. And if you want to want to consume our tea by yourself and you want to consume it individually, we also provide a tea bag products here with 6 variants of flavor, namely black tea, green tea, lemon tea, lychee tea, jasmine tea, and blackcurrant tea. What makes our tea difference is the freshness, quality, production scale. I can resum it into one paragraph because we as PT Perkebunan Nusantara 8, we have our own plantation, we have our own factory. So after the harvesting time is over, is finished, usually at 1 p.m., the tea plugs are directly sent to the factory and directly and the tea plugs are directly processed in the factory, and 2 days later our tea is ready. So there is no need to worry about our quality, no need to worry about our freshness here. And with that production scale and with that factory that owned by ourselves, we have a product diversity. As I mentioned before, we have a premium quality low leaf tea and we have a tea bag quality. And also about the quality, we have an expert here. We PT Perkebunan Nusantara already established from 1960s. It's about 70 years ago. So we have the expertise here in tea. And about the sustainability, we also have a corporate social responsibility called Citarum Harum. This is the Citarum Harum, our commitment for Citarum Harum. As we know, Citarum is the longest river in West Java, Indonesia. So we plant a vegetation zone there. We ground covering plants there, and we make a water embankment there. And also we by this CSR here, we make a real step for the environment. And also this is our distribution channel in Indonesia. Hello. Oh yeah, sorry. And this is our distribution channel in Indonesia. We have many modern trades in here. We have a Shopee, Tokopedia, and as a shop here. And also Archipelago, we will try to penetrate.
I think your colleague have to.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. And we hope with Archipelago in Canada we can penetrate. With Archipelago and ATPC of Vancouver in Canada, we can penetrate Canadian market and make a bond with Canadian market there. And thank you. That's all from Walini team in Indonesia. Thank you for the opportunity, Pak. And that's all from me.
You're welcome,
You're welcome, Pak.
Okay. So I can give you latest report. This morning I sell 2 packs of Walini. So,
thank you so much, Pak.
One black tea and 1 jasmine tea. I mean, then I managed to explain what's the difference between jasmine tea and black tea. So
I see.
So I need your commission on it. Okay. By the way,
Sure. I will tell my manager about that.
Okay. Then my question would be for the CSR, yeah, CSR for the Citarum Harum. What does really means to climb around the on the riverbank to Walini? What's the why you choose to do CSR and planting trees, not any other activities for the people around your plantation?
Okay, because thank you for the question, Pak. Basically our CSR there in Citarum is located near our plantation at Puncak Gunung Mas. So it will make our environmental hit there will make a good impact to our environment there. That's our reason why we plan the CSR there. So we what we call this, we will not choose the place which far away from our plantation. We choose the place near our plantation to make our environmental better.
Okay, thank you, Pak Hafiz. Well, Pak Irfan still here?
Thank you so much, Pak.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, Pak Irfan. Last question
Yes.
for three of you. Yeah, I want to so-called summarize. All three of you approach the sustainability in their own way. So correct me if I'm wrong. Both are creating values for the products. Pak Irfan give packaging, creating stories, kemudian analyze deeper and go to the Osaka to have scientific proof that we are ahead of other countries because of and Pak Steve is more on the developing people and mentality, how to approach the coffee, and Pak Hafiz by showing that the tea plantation is also care about the environment. Pak Irfan, because you're been in the industry for so long, you are one of my teachers. You are one that mentor me on the first days I do in the coffee industry. So what those three values that I see from the presentations of today can be merged, can be collaborated. What's your take on this approach? First, for you is giving what you call gaya, yeah, the hip story of the chocolate by and Pak Steve by trying to change the mentality, and Pak Hafiz in Malini trying to protect the environment. So what's your take on this? How to collaborate these three? Thank you, Pak Irfan.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a brilliant idea, Pak Daru, if one can merge all the competence, yeah. But for example, like the mentality from Pak Steve, yeah, and the environmental. Oh, can you hear me, Pak Daru?
Yes, Pak. Yes, Pak.
Okay. So it is a brilliant idea, Pak Daru. If we can all merge the mentality, yeah, also the how can we impact better for the environment. But last but not least, let's do it with consistency and let's do it with style, Pak. Yeah, because there's those last word, yeah, I think gonna invite more into younger people. There's why the regeneration is so important, not just for the downstream, the understanding about sustainability, but also the importance on the upstream. How can young people still doing agriculture and in a profitable way? So let's do it more consistently. So maybe three words, yeah: collaborative, consistent, and style. Do it with style.
Yeah, for sure, Pak. Pak Irfan, you have the style already. You have the style. So I look at your
yeah.
It's beyond my imagination of what the Indonesian products look like. Yeah.
The big one, Pak.
Okay. Okay, the bigger
Appreciate
one.
it, Pak. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you are using the millennial what you call the millennial colors, millennial pattern. So it will be good if we learn from you also how to present the products. So Pak Steve, what's your take on Pak Irfan's to do a collaboration and what you call it, for the three consistency and style. What's your answer for Pak Irfan's asking to do the three things: collaboration, consistency and style. Pasti.
Those are good ideas from Bang Irfan, of course, always Bang Irfan top, you know. Yeah, I know.
Thank you,
Bang Irfan,
Pasti.
you know, quite a long time already, back maybe 5 years, 6 years ago. Yeah, you know, I know this. Bang Irfan is always top, and he proved it right now until today. And I love it so much, you know.
So Bang Irfan for 2024. Okay, let's do a baliho. Bang Irfan for 2024.
Overwhelming, Pak. Just do coffee and chocolate, Pak. It's already occupied.
Yes, good. Yeah, so this is not only for one person show, actually one man show. Actually, it's a supposed to be a collaboration for me. All together of us, you know, hold on each other and support each other. You know, going to one, you know, one common goals that we have to do. So, Pak Ivan,
Totally agree, Pak Steve.
Okay, Pak Bismo, you are also younger face in the screen. So okay, another young.
Actually, I'm 24 years old, Pak.
All right. So this shows that Pak Steve job is becoming much easier because regeneration is. I've been in the state-owned companies also, Pak Hafiz. So I know that looking at younger face and have a brilliant mind like you do, and you convey the corporate ideas very smoothly and good. And it is a story that we have to tell the world. I mean, that is not style. Yeah, this is one kind of style that we have to adopt. Is beyond the product. So what's your take on Pak Irfan Selmi take on this matter, on the collaboration, consistency, and style? Pak Hafiz?
Sorry, Pak.
Sorry. What is your action on Pak Irfan's ideas of collaboration, consistency, and style?
One word, Pak. Let's go.
Okay. So, maybe this is a good topic on.
Totally agree, Pak. Totally agree.
Totally agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Anak muda. Okay. So, any question from okay, for Pak Andoko Darto to everyone. I can, the coffee shortage, definitely. So I've been exporting coffee quite sometimes, and this is the not the good time for exporters because the price moving is so wild, and we don't know when it will stop. So yes, it affects that, but I don't know the effects on the farmers. Hopefully,
Brazil coffee shortage.
Affected, highly affected, and the price for the Robusta is 25% up from the farmers. So Arabica also 10 to 15%, but the great price is that. So let's
3 minutes aja ya.
Let's have another question for others, or Bu Mona Lisa, looks like you want to say something.
Excuse me, Pak. Maybe a closing statement from Walini team.
Oh yeah, forgot. Sorry.
Sure. I will share my screen with Pak Manager here.
Okay. Thank you very much for the time. Yeah, I'm Sugama, the manager of Walini team. I want to share for the closing statement from the Walini team. Yeah, Indonesian tea bulk commodities has been recognized by various countries in the world, where the largest tea producer in Indonesia is our company PTPMH. It's very so if you want to know how Indonesian tea tastes, you have to buy the Wali tea. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Already sold two. Okay. For the record, that's already sold two. Okay. And also people also. One more. Sell.
Oh, kopi presiden juga.
Kopi presiden. Oh ya, PPT.
Amin. Thank you.
Okay. So, Bu Lisa, maybe you want to give your remarks on this.
Okay. We want to continue to be involved and fight for Indonesian coffee. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. There is a question from Pak Saleh here.
Yeah, Pak Irfan.
Yes, please.
Pak Irfan.
Salam kenal ya.
Yes.
I have a question for Pak Irfan. Sorry, this is regarding to your bean to bar process. So you do conching in-house.
Yes, Pak. True.
You have the technology for that.
All from the Yes, we
Okay,
use technology from Switzerland machines. Yeah, we use Bueller for the time being.
Oh, I see. I used to work with berry color buds. We try to infuse coconut sugar to coffee, to the chocolate, not coffee. But it doesn't. Did you?
Yeah, no, we're talking now.
We do it, but it's not successful. But can you do it in your?
If you taste the chocolate in front of you, there is Flores. Just in front of you, at the right hand of Pak Daru.
Yeah.
Flores. We use whole coconut sugar.
Inside. Okay.
Only coconut sugar
okay.
and Flores nibs. That's it. Yes.
Okay,
Please have a taste,
good.
Pak Saleh. And we are more than happy to have any input to have progress, Pak Saleh.
Okay.
Any input, surely welcome, Pak. Yeah.
Sure. Do you do OEM?
Yeah. So OEM is not the first priority for now, but we can explore the opportunity, Pak Saleh, because our production capacity is still on the limited. Yeah, it's already 75%. But in the next 3 months, we are investing in the whole production line for another 10 times higher productivity compared to today, Mas Saleh. Yeah.
Thank you. That's my questions. Thank you. This answer.
Okay. Thank you very much. Pak.
Okay. There is one remark from Bu Iva.
Thank you, Pak Daru, and all the great speakers, Pak Steve, Pak Irfan, and Pak Hafiz. It is really a good opportunity for me as a representative from Ministry of Trade and Trade representative here in Canada to hear about the sustainability that have you done for the 3 kind of products, cocoa, tea, and coffee. Yes, we would like to also collaborate with you to promote all your Indonesian product here in Canada. We ITPC here, and I'm also in Ottawa. I'm from the Embassy of Ottawa, Trade Attaché. You can also connect to me through Ibu Lisa or directly. Yeah, I really open to discuss the more opportunity of our product in the East Coast of Canada, of course. Yeah, thank you, Pak. That's all, Pak Daru.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Iva. One thing that we have discussed we hear about the presentation is Bu Iva remarks about the multi crops, tumpang sari.
Oh, okay.
So is it affect the how is related to the sustainability? So what do you think, Pak Irfan?
Please don't do
No, it's not.
Pak Irfan is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be my final comment, Pak Daru, because I have to join to another Zoom meeting. Very unfortunate, yeah. But for multi-cropping, we have one action for two solution actually. This multi-cropping. The first is an additional income, yeah. Profitability is raised, yeah, for the farmers. And the second is I think is the most important thing. I think it is the cash flow management. Because we've discussed a lot of things for with fair trade US, for example, how to increase living income, how's the farm gate price for the coffee, and also maybe for chocolates. But the main issue is not just the price; it is the pressure of the price every peak of season harvest. So if the farmers have no deposit, have no less cash flow, yeah, they would sell like in urgency. So that's why the price decreasing every harvest. So the main issue is not just the price, it's how the farmers manage their cash flow for a year. I think we will change our behavior, Pak Daru, if we don't take like monthly salary. For example, if 1 year long, we just take 3 to 4 years for month salary in one period. I think my behavior would also different, yeah. So there's a cash flow behavior issue that's need to be talked about deeper, I guess, not just the price, yeah. So I think multi-cropping is gonna be part of the solution, Pak Daru, for that issue, yeah, the cash flow, not just the higher profitability for the farmers, yeah.
Thank you, Pak Irfan. This is the thing that I want to hear from you, that Pak Steve and the team can also address. So I agree with you, Pak Irfan. So yeah, this pop my mind when Bu Iva said, what's the impact on multi-crop on any. So it's a good insight from the Ibu Atas Perdagangan, which is not very familiar with this commodity, and asking what you call because she is not so into the commodities. So her question is valid, and it should be addressed by Pak Steve with these remarkable teams. So thank you very much, Pak Irfan. So I know that you are
thank you very much.
Best of luck on everything that you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be invited. All the best for all of you. Thank you. See you in Canada, hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Will do.
team. Thank you, Pak Daru.
Yo. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Pak Steve. So there is another idea from Pak Irfan. So quick response from you, or Bu Mona Lisa, or Bu Ega. Pak Steve?
Yes, I'm here. Mungkin Kak Mona can answer that, or after you?
Yes, this is a very interesting event for me, especially we are from Aceh. Always want to be involved in Indonesian coffee and also overseas coffee. In Aceh's traditional people, coffee is everyday life, and we cannot live without coffee. We cannot live without coffee drink every day, every morning in what we call warung kopi. Thank you very much, Kak Steve, and for all. Bapak Ibu in Vancouver, we would like to invite you all in Aceh province. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Hafiz, or the Walini team. So what if your planting on the riverside is also a productive trees like fruits like kelor, moringa? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, it's already planted there, Pak.
It's already there.
Already there.
Yeah,
so
it's
what
already
kind of tree
there.
that you planted? What kind of tree that you planted?
Coffee, moringa, etc. Avocado, yeah, mango also.
Okay. Then so So Pak Irfan shows his capacity. Yeah. So he thinks far beyond us. I mean, and I think Bu Lisa can have her final say about this hosting.
Okay.
And it will be closed by Pak Robi Handoko.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. And we are a little bit over time, but I think the discussion is very engaging, and that is actually the goal of our tasting and also this webinar. Is we wanted to engage and connect not only with Canadians, but it's also with the Indonesian players for the coffee, cocoa, and tea. So I can see that everyone is very excited to see that the 3 products that we are going to promote in Canada. And I am open with so many different, I'm open with the conversation also. You can email me, or you can connect with me, just send me some the messages. And I think a little bit later, we hope that this is just like the first, like a starting point for us to build the platform where we can have this sustainable a conversation in the future with Pak Daru and also with everyone here. I would like to pass on the floor to Pak Robi to just conclude our webinar today.
Sorry. Hi everyone, thank you so much for everything, for participation, for every party that support is our event. This event part of a flavor journey to Indonesia that we conducted with the thematic. Firstly we rise up with the food and beverage product, and now we raise up with the coffee, tea and cocoa, and other maybe we can rise up with the other product. So we always more and do more about national branding, Indonesian product national branding, and also give the market and consumers with knowing about knowledge Indonesian product. So thank you everybody, thank you everyone and all party for the support, and also for assistance for, yeah, we can do this event very well. But tomorrow we still have 1-day seminar and also tasting product.
Yeah, no seminar, just this is
Only test. Okay, only test product.
With the influencers.
Yeah, with influencer. So any live streaming for tomorrow?
We will try. Yeah, we will try.
Okay.
We will let them know.
Yeah,
because I have their emails and everything. So I'll just.
okay.
Yeah.
Just follow our Instagram and also Archipelago Instagram. We will update about the event tomorrow. And one more time, thank you everybody.
Thank you so much. Okay, then that concludes our webinar today. Thank you very much, and I apologize if I said something inappropriate or misspell or forget. I'm old. Okay, thank you very much, and see you soon with another topic. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Recording stopped.